Welcome to the No BS Human Design Podcast. I'm Adriana Keefe, human design coach and motivational speaker. I went through my quarter life crisis in my 20s and had to learn how to navigate through finding what I was meant to be doing with my life. I refused to believe in the culture that said we were all meant to have the same path and boring careers until we retire and die. And along my journey, I found human design, a system that reveals your energetic blueprint, showing you where and how to access your body's consciousness and how to live as your true self. Human design changed my life, so I started sharing it with others and changing their lives, but we were all finding the same problem: a lack of resources that explain the system in easy and useful ways. So I created this show where we dive deep into the lessons of the human design system without the BS and the noise you find on the internet. Listen in for lessons in human design, finding your purpose, manifestation and spiritual practices, human design within business, and so much more. We connect with other experts in the human design and spiritual realm in a refreshingly honest way to help you find your way along your spiritual path and live this life with intention. It's time to let go of the societal expectations of being and let yourself find abundance through being uniquely you. Let's get started. Hey beauty, welcome back to the No BS Human Design Podcast. Today we are just having a little chat, and it's kind of an organized chat, kind of a free flow chat. So I am in this incredible community called Legends in the Making. I will drop my affiliate link in the show notes if this sounds intriguing to you. But essentially, we have a mentor who is like a divine goddess. Like, she literally just channels shit straight from source. And she's also a manifesting generator. And I've learned so much from her. She's a line 5. So I learned a lot about my systems and back end stuff in a very divine, feminine, flowy receptivity kind of way, which is the only way that I want to do this business. And within that community, not only do we get the guidance from her, but we also have a community chat as well that I find so helpful and inspiring because we are all like-minded, spiritual, energetic women. Actually, I think there's men in there too, but not so much in the chat, who are trying to do things differently in business and very much hold our own energy sacred throughout the entire entrepreneurial journey and business journey. So within that community, a couple weeks ago, I was feeling like really lacking of creativity for the podcast and certain content. So of course, I'm an MG. I need something to respond to. I go into that group chat and I just drop a quick question like, what are your burning questions about human design? And of course, they did not disappoint. They gave me so many good topic ideas. I've already actually recorded some of them on here. I don't remember if I talked about the community when I recorded them, but this is another one from that community. So I know it's something that a lot of business owners want to understand about human design, about their design, but it's also something that's going to be a good topic for anyone who's not a business owner, because we're talking about the not self theme and impatience and keeping motivation. Their question was about keeping motivation in business and how this not self theme shows up in business, impatience in like getting to the success that you want to see in business. But this is really for everything, right? It all goes hand in hand. It is all holistic, especially as us as business owners. Our business needs to come from our soul. So when we heal certain aspects of us, we see that ripple effect in our business. So if you're not an entrepreneur, I still very much know this content in this episode is going to help you either way. So please don't let that deter you. But this question couldn't have had better timing with my upcoming rebrand. I know I've been saying that for like 10 months now because I've taken my time with it. I'm an emotional authority. I'm a line 6. I really needed to sink into the wisdom that was ready to be birthed out of me. And so this upcoming rebrand is a full manifestation of who I am and everything I've ever wanted for my business. I'm literally going to cry already. Stop. I'm very pro crying, but like I cry all the time now. You can be like, look, a box of kittens. And I'm like, ah. Okay. So this new brand that is finally making an appearance, guys. I've been saying it's coming forever because, like I said, we've taken our time with it. I've really felt into it. I say we because there's a whole team behind me who's helped me bring this to life. And now it is finally coming to fruition. We are just about 3 weeks away from it being announced and launched, assuming everything goes as planned. We'll see. Whatever, divine timing, always, right? And this whole theme of patience and my not self theme of frustration has come up a lot since being an entrepreneur. It wasn't like this overnight thing or this thing I always knew was going to come out of me already existed in that same form. I had to learn over time what it was that I was bringing to the collective and who I wanted to be when I brought this work into the collective. And if I tried to do this new version of my business years ago, it would have, oh my God, it's 111 as I'm talking about this. Thank you, angels. It wouldn't have had the same impact. And I can sit here now and say in a very grounded, deep knowing, cognizant, trusted, emotionally safe way that like this is a true up level for me. It doesn't even matter how many people enroll in it on the launch day. It doesn't matter how many people are in it for the next few months. It does not matter. I know that this is a true manifestation of who I am and what I'm here to do. So that's taken a long time for me to be able to get to that point. I used to always think, well, this will be a success if I have this many people or this much feedback about how it changed their life or their business or whatever. And it's not about that. It's about my experience and it's about who I am and the gifts that I'm here to bring and trusting that this is a part of my experience. So as a line six, I've been told time and time and time again, especially from my human design mentors, that patience is key. And I started to get really fucking annoyed with that. I actually, oh my God, I just realized I don't have it on my desk anymore. I think I actually, wow, that's crazy. I must have thrown it away and not realized it because I was energetically already moving through it. I had this post-it, it's been like a year about on my desk that said, I'm growing more and more patient every day. I know some of you have seen it because I've shown it to you guys like a lot. I did not even realize it's no longer on my desk. I must have just either the cleaners took it and accidentally threw it away, or I energetically did it and didn't realize. But I have become very patient with this process. And because this process is my life, this is where I get to live every single day and breathe, and my heart beats here. And so I did not like the word patience. And I know a lot of people hate that when I say it to them, especially line sixes. But I just want you to reframe any impatience that you're having with this is the gratitude of being able to exist in this moment right here, right now. That your heart is beating, that you are breathing, that you're capable of receiving this information that's changing your life every single day, that you're capable of putting it into your practical daily use every single day. And you're evolving so, so, so much. And everything you're learning is impacting the world around you because you're following your calling, you're following things that you're feeling naturally intrigued and curious about. This is your journey, and you'll never have this journey today again. So, how can you practice being right here, right now, with the journey that you're at and the lessons that you're currently learning and have fun with it? I know that was totally a tangent, but I feel like, okay, there's a message coming through around money and impatience and manifesting money. I'm so tired of the word manifesting. Okay, calling in money. And I love creating evidence that things are coming to me. So I keep a note on my phone. I fill it out every single day. I have a reminder that goes off on my phone at 5 p.m. every day to go in this note and put my wins. And I start tracking every single cent that comes into my life, not just through my business, but every single cent. I find a penny on the ground outside. I track that shit. Someone tells me like they would love to pay me more for something. I track that, right? So like give your brain evidence that all of this, that you are continuing to grow energetically, emotionally, spiritually every single day. And you make it like a game with this patience piece. You make it a challenge. You make it exciting. Lean into the energy of like, oh, but what if the wait, but I just tried to say two different things at once. But what would my life look like if this just happened easily? But what if I just like made $2,000 out of nowhere this week, like just for funsies, right? Bringing that playful energy into things has helped me tremendously with patience. All right, now let's talk about this from the lens of human design. So, your type, one of the five types, shows you your signature and not self theme, right? This is how you check your alignment. Hence the questions being about not self. Like, why am I feeling frustrated if this feels so in alignment with me? Why am I feeling bitter if I feel like I'm supposed to be teaching this work, right? So, this is where that question is coming from. Digging deep into your design is fun. And I get a lot of people who are like, well, where in my chart tells me like how to make this much money or how to do this or, what my purpose is here. And I just want to bring you back to basics because that's where it's really at to start. That's where you get to really learn how the magic of your design comes through, and then the rest will naturally follow. Sure, learning more about your design is so much fucking fun. And I love unpacking it, except now my brain like never stops over analyzing my behaviors, which is kind of annoying, but I wouldn't have my life any other way, honestly. Scorpio moon, hi. But you could also never dive into the rest of your chart, just learn your type, strategy, and authority, and still have everything, every part of your magical essence come through. So remember that this is a big key for you on where to start. Your signature and your not self are huge in helping you navigate what's in alignment and what's not. But there can be times where you're like, I feel like I'm in alignment and I am feeling disappointed or I'm feeling frustrated. So that's what we're going to dive into deeper here today. First question I want you to ask yourself, and maybe even like getting a journal and writing this down, taking a pause and truly writing this down or coming back to it later would be really helpful. But I want to ask you, who is defining your success? This this success that you think you're supposed to have was more likely than not given to you from something outside of you. And now you're trying to achieve that, leaving you feeling angry or frustrated or whatever. So that's the real first question. It has nothing to fucking do with human design, but who's defining your success? And what does your version of authentic success look like? Authentic success is my human design mentor says it like the best in my lens. Would you want to be seen that way personally and professionally? Like what you see is what you get. And with me, especially with the new brand that's coming out, I've never been more what you see is what you get. I say what I think on the podcast. I say what's channeling through me when I'm talking to people. I am very emotionally aware and intelligent around the things that I say, but I am also very much allowing my provoking energy to provoke. I'm very much funny and I love to swear, and like everything that you see in my business is actually who I am in real life. And so that's what I believe authentic success is. So ask yourself, like, do you feel like you are in your authenticity? You might not be yet, and that's okay. We're still working through that, right? I'm still developing all the authentic pieces of me. However, my business success is, or my business vision, or what you see about my business, maybe my brand is what I'm trying to say, is also who I am. And so that authenticity translates personally and professionally. And I'm very open with saying I like material things. I want more money. I will be open to receiving more money, right? I'm also a Taurus. Like that's something that we are known for, liking luxury things. I'm not going to hide that about me. So ask yourself, who's defining your success? Is it you, or is it what other people have said success looks like? And are you comparing? Also been there a whole lot. It still happens sometimes, right? And so with this rebrand that I've been going through, we put a couple Pinterest boards together to like get the looks and get the right photos at the photo shoot and that kind of stuff. But I really tuned out all the rest of the noise and I just went with what felt really fucking juicy to me. and whose outfits I was just like dying and drooling over, whose essence I really loved because I was like, oh my God, I feel like that's capturing me. And I let that shine through above anything else. I did not go down the rabbit hole of like what other people in human design are doing or astrology or anything spiritual. I literally, everything was just like me, my photographer, and my brand architect, and boom, the three of us, we worked together at the photo shoot and on the sales page and like all of that. And it's just been amazing. So authenticity work is going to be your number one key in all of this. Yes, it can be in human design. That's obviously my favorite. I have a whole conditioning journey pathway. It's like a course within Human Design Society, and that will still be there when the community rebrands. And that's actually going to be a big front runner of the community. But there's also the gene keys, to be magnetic. I'm also a to be magnetic affiliate. I very much believe in their work. I will drop that affiliate link in the show notes as well. So it doesn't matter what work you're called to. That's the gift. That's the beauty of this world. We have so many resources, so many people doing so many different things. Like Lacey Phillips of To Be Magnetic is fucking magical, and she's completely different than I am. She's a projector. She's a lot more like hippie country, laid back, slow vibes essence, and I'm very like bright red and vibrant and out there and eclectic and so like it doesn't matter who you choose to follow, what tools you choose to resonate with or your body resonates with. There's an abundance of people and resources. So find what feels really good for you and start really deconditioning and figure out who you are and what layers you can shed from society. Remember, we've all been there. We're all doing this. I'm still very actively doing this. Literally have my body graph up next to me right now because I was digging into my Venus. And there's a whole lot of stuff we're always doing, right? So you're not alone in this and you're not behind. We are always doing this. Now, within the signature themes are like your little feeling of that was in such beautiful alignment. This feels good for me. You are paying attention to the way you're designed and you're moving and flowing through life the way you were designed to. For manifestors, your signature is peace. For generators, it is satisfaction. For manifesting generators, you have satisfaction and peace. You can see both of those come through in very different ways. For projectors, your signature is success. And for reflectors, your signature is surprise, which is just, that one's so interesting to me because I'm not a reflector. So I'm like, that must be like when you find so much money on the ground and you're so pleasantly surprised that like your whole day is like amazing now, right? Like, what does surprise feel like as a reflector? That's got to be so fun. And then your not self theme is just your body's red flag saying something's out of alignment here. And this is not going to be about judging or shaming yourself. This simply is. This is how your body communicates to you that we could redirect here, or we could stop, we could do less, we could do more, right? So for the not self themes, the manifestors is anger, generators is frustration. Manifesting generators, yep, you're welcome. We get frustration and anger. Projectors is bitterness, and reflectors is disappointment. And disappointment could be in yourself or disappointment in other people, like not fulfilling their potential, all of that energy. So those are our key indicators. That's like if we're driving down the road, that tells us if we're still on the road going in the right direction or if we've kind of veered off. We went off the road completely or we took the wrong turn, right? And again, it's not about judging or shaming, just noticing what that feels like in you and when it comes up. Overall, your energy frequency is a huge key player in this. When go back to like the basics of energetics, what you focus on expands, right? So if you're focusing on how impatient you are, you're focusing on how things aren't happening fast enough, impatience shows up, and patience shows up, impatience shows up. And this kind of energy of impatience shows up more when you have low frequency energy. Now, what I want to say about that is should something devastating happen, or like truly a bad day, especially for you emotional solar plexus people out there like me, we have days that we just feel low. Please don't confuse that with having a low frequency, like as a low vibration human. That is not what that means. You are very much still a high frequency, high vibration being, even when you have bad days. Okay. What I mean by energy frequency is allowing yourself to sit in the shit of your patterns, trauma, shedding, like, or holding on to conditioning that doesn't belong to you. This is why mainstream human design just didn't click for me and doesn't click for most people, because you need to shed and stabilize the nervous system first. When the nervous system is more stabilized, you naturally become a higher frequency person. Your thoughts feel better. Your body feels better. Literally, your energy feels better. You are less reactive, less angry, less repressed in your emotions or whatever it is that you're holding in there. And any of that stuff, that guck that sits in our aura, can really screw up our frequency. It can screw up how we view the world and our perception. So when you are actively ready to shed your conditioning, to release old patterns, when you're really honestly tired of your own bullshit and you start finding ways to heal and expand through that, you're naturally creating a higher frequency for yourself, naturally being able to lean into trusting things like human design more, the universe, God, source. You're a naturally higher frequency person, believing in divine timing, right? All these pieces go together. So, key being of that, the frequency of impatience feels low, right? And when you're in a lower frequency, you can feel more want, more desire. Therefore, you're feeling more impatience because what you have is never enough. So, really tuning into your energy frequency and finding the small, simple, manageable ways to increase your frequency over time. This is not like a one and done thing. It's not like a wake up tomorrow and you'll be totally different. It takes time. But the second you allow your brain to choose a new direction, to choose to raise your frequency and move through the shit that's holding you back, everything changes. What you focus on expands. Okay. So keep reminding yourself of that. Another piece I want to add to this is you, I think this is actually also my human design mentor that says this. And of course, I've taken it and run with it because it's so good. Taking responsibility for yourself and your energy is not like a huge factor. You have to take responsibility for your own patterning, for your own reactions to things, for how you hold on to or don't take in energy from around you, right? And even when other people around you have shit energy, we cannot control them. We can't control their energy, how they react to their energy, whether or not they take responsibility for their energy. You need to take responsibility for yourself and for your own energy. A little bit of tough love here, right? That your energy, your vessel, your being is all that you truly have that you can control. So take responsibility for that and choose to move forward with more awareness, receptivity, healing, contemplation, and again, things like impatience or your not self theme of frustration or anger or whatever it is naturally show up less because you start to look at things with curiosity and intrigue and how can I learn from this instead of with anger or bitterness or whatever energies are coming up for you that tell you you're out of alignment. I hope this is making sense here. A third thing, am I at number three? I think so. A third thing I would add is surrounding yourself with like-minded people, ambitious entrepreneurs, moms who don't complain about their kids or their partners, people who genuinely want to help one another, the very village mindset, right? It takes a village. Surround yourself with people who are at the frequency that you want to fuck with. Oh my God. I think I need to get that like on a t-shirt or something. I really like that. Coming back to that. So, only calling in people and allowing people into your energy. This is partially taking responsibility for your own energy, right? Calling in people to be around your energy who are at a frequency that you want to fuck with. Huge, huge value add to creating more easeful success for you. This is like the Jim Rohn quote that I've always lived by, even before human design. I said this all the time. You are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. So are the entrepreneurs or the parents or whoever you're hanging out with, are they talking about how impatient they are, how they never have enough money, how they don't feel supported by their partner, how their businesses aren't going anywhere, they don't know what they're doing with their life? This is all going to show up more and more for you if you keep surrounding yourself with that. If you surround yourself with more people who are like in our community where they're like, okay, this feels frustrating right now, so I'm going to take a step back and I'm going to believe in divine timing, that this will come to me when I'm ready for it. Imagine surrounding yourself with people like that and what that could do for your energy and what that would feel like when you start to notice your not self theme coming up and you're like, oh, okay, yeah, no, my body's just telling me right now, this isn't the correct timing, or I'm forcing. Let's get curious about this. Do I need to let something go? Do I need to tweak something? Where's the energetic leak, right? A lot of this is also about like trust, trusting the universe, trusting the no's, whether you get told no or you need to practice saying no to doing things. Trust your body's no's. Trust that someone else giving you a no is just a redirection of intention. Trust the universe is always supporting you, maybe sending you universal tests to see, like, does she really want to move through this thing? Is she really ready to let go of this? How can we send her this signal to see if she'll take a step back and pause? There's so much power in the pause. Isn't that a book, Power in the Pause? Something, it sounds familiar. Something like that, right? And then, like my girl Andrea Crowder says, be a motherfucking FBI agent for the evidence your brain needs. When you're feeling angry, find the evidence your brain needs that says everything is working behind the scenes. Stop forcing. Or enjoy the journey. Everyone's favorite, be more patient, right? What's the evidence that your brain needs? Write this kind of stuff down. It is so helpful for your brain because we tend to focus on what's not working, right? So give yourself all the evidence written down that you can look at when things are feeling hard and sticky. Okay. What's the other piece I wanted to circle back to? Keeping the motivation in business for all of this. Even though I currently, this is not a metaphor, am not where I thought I would be at my age, I very much trust in my timing. I trust in my strengths and my gifts of being able to listen to my body. I trust in what the universe is teeing up for me. I've seen such magic come through in my life that I can't not believe that there's so much stuff working in the background that's always supporting me and it gets brought to me at the absolute best divine timing. So that has helped me keep my motivation because I'm still always looking for the evidence of everything working. I'm seeing all the little things I can be grateful for that I didn't used to notice because I didn't feel, quote, big enough, right? All of this over time has just literally rewired my brain to continue to feel motivated and inspired and to keep going with resilience, persistence, also a big theme in my chart, channel of struggle, high, to keep going even when I feel like I have to take a step back because I'm feeling frustrated. I'm just like, okay, the universe is telling me to not do this right now. So, what do I need to get curious about? What do I need to let go of? So, to wrap up all of that big long rant, for generator types, generators and manifesting generators, are you feeling the fire in your belly and doing things that you're really excited about? For projectors, are you letting yourself obsess over the things that you want to obsess over? Or are you trying to do all the other things? that everyone tells you an online entrepreneur or mom or whoever should do? For manifestors, are you letting your creative urge guide you and resting and nourishing yourself when you don't feel it? For reflectors, are you surrounding yourself with an environment that feels nurturing to you? With an environment that feels like it brings you an ROI just for being there? And I have a child coming into my office right now. Hi, buddy. Okay, and we're back. All right, so had a little run-in with the 3-year-old, and then he stubbed his toe and started crying. So that's why that is not on the audio now, or else it would have been cute for him to say hi. Anyway, all of that ending with, I will say, if you're an entrepreneur, especially, or you're starting something new, there are times when we have to do more at the beginning and can't hire out. I don't ever want to make it sound like everything's going to be easy breezy and you never have to do anything you don't want to do where the energy is not there. I don't believe in that. I think that, especially as a newer entrepreneur, there's just some things that we have to do because we are starting a business. And then as we go, we find what we really want to keep that we like doing. And then we start creating SOPs for people who we can hire, who can pick up the rest of the slack, right? So alignment and having a sense of how do I navigate what is feeling good, what's feeling bad. Is this quote bad feeling truly because it's not something I should be doing, or is it because I'm doing it forcefully? Like, just allow yourself to be curious. That honestly is like the biggest message of this. Allow yourself to get curious about what those energies mean, okay? Instead of shaming yourself or thinking like your whole business is wrong because you're feeling frustrated. That's not always it. Sure, sometimes that could be it, but most of the time it's probably not that. It's just that you just need to do less or do it differently, stop initiating, put yourselves in better environments, whatever it is. So I hope that this was helpful today. Maybe saved a huge workload for you this week. I don't know. We'll see. Find your high frequency people that you want to fuck with. Surround yourself with them. Be curious about what your body's telling you, not judgmental of her or him or they. Okay? I love you so much. I will see you next week.